Hi guys and welcome back to Heart of the Holte. I'm here today to introduce to you another centre midfield signing. This time, Birkir Bjarnason. So for those who don't know, he's a 28-year-old central midfielder coming in from FC Basel. He can play on the left and right hand side of midfield, which is probably one of the reasons why he was such an important member of Basel's title-winning season this year. He's played 42 times for the now champions of Switzerland, scoring 14 goals, which obviously has led him to earning his fair share of international appearances for Iceland, being capped 58 times, scoring 8 goals in that period, 2 of which came at Euro 2016 against France and Portugal in what was their most successful international campaign of all time. So if you consider the 2 teams he scored against, I think that shows his real class. He's a big game player. The goal against Portugal was, a very good finish. So he's obviously got real goal scoring tendencies, but he's a real physical player as well. So he's box to box. He could fit right in the Championship midfield, which is why I think he'll be such an important player to Villa this season. On a club level then, he's made 5 Champions League appearances this season in a group which contained PSG, Arsenal. Basel obviously didn't make it through the group stage, which it's fairly understandable given the oppositions, but that's no detriment to Bjarnason's appearances, I can imagine. So, 52 career goals, 21 assists, 8 goals, 8 assists internationally. Obviously, he looks the polar opposite to the likes of Westwood and Gardner, and the performances we see coming from them week in, week out. He could fit right in a Championship midfield, as I've already said. It's physical, it's tough, which I think suits him personally. He's nicknamed Thor, so hopefully we can expect some like-minded performances from him. So obviously we've ended January, we're coming to the end of January, with now what is in my opinion one of the strongest Championship midfields there are in the league. Which is quite something considering I'd say we started January with what is the most underperforming. We're going to now have a lot of goals hopefully coming from midfield, with Lansbury contributing, Horehand's not goal shy, and now neither is Bjarnason. So these are 3 midfielders we've brought in who have got assists and goals to their game, who can play anywhere across the midfield, which I'm hoping, we'll really see the best of Jednak then coming into what is now a really impressive midfield. Hopefully should be one that, breaks down these games that we've struggled in, the likes of Preston, Wigan, Burton especially, where I think we just lacked a creative, dominant spark in midfield that would help us go on to win those games. And hopefully, these 3 additions especially, with the likes of Bree coming in as well, will really help this team to push forward. I can't imagine, there is going to be huge differences in terms of a playoff push this season. Obviously, I'd love to be corrected, but these kind of players aren't going to be able to do it by themselves. But I think Villa are definitely going in the right direction. Bjarnason's an in-demand player. He was so key to Basel, so bringing him is a fantastic bit of business for Villa, I think. I can't wait to see him play. I think he'll be absolutely fantastic in the midfield. It gives Bruce a real selection dilemma now. Usually we're only playing 3 midfield anyway, but we've brought in 3 midfielders this window, which, is going to be interesting to see who's missing out, who's coming off from the bench. Jednak's been missing in the last couple of games. Is it him that's going to be sacrificed? Are we going to see a completely new midfield? It really is an interesting time to be a Villa fan, because I don't think we've had much pride in our midfield. Delph is the most recent midfielder, and before then you'd have to look at the likes of Gareth Barry, James Milner, for real class midfielders, ones that stand out. I think we're finally starting to get some back into this squad, which I think is exactly what we needed. Midfield was identified quickly as somewhere where we needed to improve, and I think that's exactly what Dr. Tony's done. Yet another fantastic transfer window from him. I think, come the summer, I do have a feeling we will still be in the Championship, but if we can keep on hold of our key players, have another successful transfer window, I think next season could be a fantastic season for Aston Villa, one in which Birkir Bjarnason will hopefully play a huge role. Up the Villa.